Hello everyone, I'm back again and my name is Kunal and I'm one of the CSMs in the InsuredMine team, and for today's discussion I've brought in some new features and new releases that has happened over the turn in the year, right? So from 2024 to 2025 we have had a lot of releases, and in the initial phase of 2025 as well we have brought some new and exciting features that we have released which you can also utilize. So wishing you a happy new year and a great start to 2025. I would want to talk about a bit on the new features that we just released in the platform, and I want to give you a quick walkthrough onto on how exactly that looks like in a short mind. Let me quickly share my screen and then we can start off with the discussion. Just give me one quick minute. Perfect. I think my screen should be visible by now. And let's first talk about, so I'm currently under the demo login that we have, and I would quickly navigate you through all the features that has recently been released. And then I'll also show you how you can view what are the new releases that has happened recently, right? So the first feature that I'm going to talk about is under forms, and you would be happy to know that we have released a task feature under forms automation, and the feature that going to talk about is option of creating a task to the agent when the form is filled, right? So let's just quickly check how exactly that looks like in a short mind now. You have to navigate to the forms module, which you would find on the left hand side. Once you click on it, you would then be able to locate all the forms that you utilize. And then on the right hand side, three dots, you can simply click on the more option and you would be able to click on form automation. Once you're in form automation, you would be able to navigate to create task mapping, which is on the left hand side bottom. So on the left hand side bottom, when you click on create task mapping, you need to enable mapping. Once you've enabled it, it would ask you to map the form fields with the relevant task fields as well. So task name, whatever fields you have in your form, you can again map it with the task name, the description, the count name, and the contact name. Then if you scroll further, you would then have to select what kind of a task you're trying to create for the agent, right? If they have to make a call, if it's a simple task for them, if they have to drop an email. So as per the requirement, you would select the task type. Moving ahead, you would then be able to select the assignee. So whoever would be completing this task, you need to select the assignee, and you can select multiple or you can select one assignee as well. Then you simply select the priority of the task. So if it's a high priority, medium, low, as per the requirement, you would select the priority level. Then you enter the due date, right? So due after date. So again, if it's 2, 3, you simply enter the date, and then you can select the time by which it gets due as well. And then the moment you do a save, going forward, when the form is filled up and submitted, a task would be created for the assigned agent as well, and they get the task for themselves. I hope this is a new and exciting feature to start off in 2025, right? So a lot of agencies were looking forward to this, and I believe it would help them with this feature. Perfect. The next feature that I'm going to talk about is in pipelines. Again, majorly a lot of agencies does use pipeline. So we have had modifications in pipeline as well. So in pipeline, you would now find an option which is pipeline timeline. Let me quickly navigate you through it. To come down to pipeline, you would be able to navigate through the pipeline module, which you would find on the left hand side. And in here, you would be able to locate the pipeline timeline. And where exactly it is located, it would be right beside the filter option on the right hand side. So now you would be able to click on it and review the whole timeline on this particular day as to what has been done throughout on this particular days, right? So this would also give you an overview of what is going on in this pipeline, who all are working on it, what all they are working on, and how they are doing certain things in the deal cards, right? Previously, it was a bit tedious. When you get inside the deal card, you look through the timeline and you would have to do it one at a time. So that was a tedious process. But this pipeline timeline will give you the opportunity to look through and have an overview of what has been done in the pipeline as well. So I believe this would again help you guys to look at everything at one stop, and you would be able to navigate to the pipeline timeline on the right hand side top corner. Perfect. This is the second feature that we released in terms of pipeline as well. The next feature in pipeline would be in the renewals pipeline, and it would now show you percentage change filter in pipeline. Let me quickly navigate to the renewals pipeline and show you how exactly that looks like, right? So if I open up a specific deal card, you would now be able to see that you do have premium amount, renewal amount, and percentage change. The feature that I'm talking about is in the filters, however, because I already mentioned that the new releases percentage change filter in pipeline, right? So the new release is basically a filter that we have added, and you would be able to review it under here itself. So the premium rate, now you would be able to select between the 10% and 15% bracket, and it would show you the difference as well onto what is the difference. So again, everything in terms of the details in here, which is the renewal amount and the percentage change. The percentage change would be calculated automatically. Renewal amount would come through from your AMS system itself. So once it sinks in, it would showcase the percentage change, and then you would be able to go back and make the filter to see which cards fall under which bracket, and you would be able to navigate through them as well. This is one of the interesting features as well that got released, right? So you will be now able to filter it and check for yourself as well. The next thing that got released is under the policy module, and we have the need filter for policy status. Previously, we did not have this, but now if you go down to the policy module on the left hand side, you would be having the opportunity to filter, and you would be able to filter by the need filter as well. So let me quickly navigate and show it to you. Perfect. So yes, in here, you would actually have that filter option. When you click on the filter over here, you would have the status filter as an option over here. As again, this is a demo and we do not have any AMS integrated over here. That's the reason you do not see any status option to be present, but you would be having status option as you have AMS is connected. So you would be able to click on the status drop down and it would show you if it is canceled, if it is rewritten, all those options you would be able to navigate from in the filter option over here itself under policy. So that is another feature that got released. The next feature that we would be talking about is in the reputation module. And again, I hope you are aware that our Google review is now called reputation. And we have the NPS filter throughout the portal right now, right? So in here, you would now be able to navigate to reputations or look into the reputation numbers through contact account as well. So let me quickly navigate and show you how you can do that. So if you are back in the accounts module, you would be able to see that your reputation numbers on NPS would be visible over here as well. So NPS rating, if I then scroll this up on top and save it, you would be able to check if you receive any NPS rating, of course. So this is again demo. I do not have any NPS ratings present, but once you have ratings, it would showcase the ratings right over here itself. Same goes for contacts. You would also be able to navigate to contacts, and your ratings would also be visible on the contact level too. And you would be able to then navigate and bring in the filter. So again, you would be able to bring in the NPS rating option in here as well. So let me quickly scroll and find the NPS rating option. Let me search that NPS. Yeah, I have it here. So if I apply it, you would be able to check that we have the NPS rating option right over here somewhere. NPS rating. Right. So again, being this a demo environment, I do not have any ratings to show it to you, but you would be able to navigate and check it for yourself from here. You can also create a list in terms of your NPS rating back from the engagement module in terms of creating a list. So now you have the opportunity to create NPS lists as well. And in here, when you're under the engagement module, so I'll quickly navigate again. When you're under the engagement module, you simply go down to lists, you select the contact filter, and in here, you would have the option to select what rating you would want to create a list for. So you can select and create a contact list for yourself. In the same way, you can do for the account level as well. So you would have the NPS rating right over here, and you can select and create the list for yourself to send out a specific kind of a communication, thanking them however you would want to do it. But this is one of the features that we recently released, and you can create list out of it as well. Perfect. Then I'll take you back to reputations itself and show you how the Google review as per NPS looks at this moment, right? So I'll quickly navigate to the NPS, the reputations module, and show you how exactly this feature looks and how exactly you would be able to navigate in here as well. So when we are back in here on the reputations tab, which was prior called Google review, if you go back right over here, we would then be able to navigate to get Google reviews. Once you click on get Google reviews in here, you would be able to select. So again, if I quickly search someone, Kunal test itself, you now would have this feature which says from email. So the email that you're trying to utilize to send out this communication, you would be able to select that email from the drop down, which was previously not the case. So now you can select your email, or you can also select agency support email to send out this communication as well. So if you do not want to send this email out from your own email address, you can do it through your agency support email address as well. And you can do the get review option over here itself. So that is again another feature that got added in. Another enhancement in this particular feature as well, which we have added in for you, is in the settings module. So in the reputations under Google review, when you click on the three dots on the top right hand side corner, you now get this option, which is Google rating color settings. Now you can click on a specific color and then select the option to save it. Once you do that, this is how it would preview. And now you would have your stars colored for yourself. So this is again another feature. The rating button would be colorful for you going forward once you select and save it. So that is again another feature that has been added in here in terms of colorization when you send this out for to the clients to give you a Google review. Additionally, you would also have another feature which is released, but again, this is not under the demo releases, because again, we do not have different branches over here. But if you would have branches for your agency, you would then be able to navigate to the settings module, and under configurations, you would be able to go ahead, and the last option under configurations would be the branch setup for you. So you would have an option which says branch mapping at the end of contact automation in here under configurations itself. And you would have, if you have multiple branches, you would have that option. If you do not have it, again, it would not be applicable for you, right? So again, it is one of the feature that got added in, where you can actually select your different branch for different logo, and you can put that forward to your client as well. So again, depending on the branches, when you send it out to your contacts, depending on which branch they belong to, the logo would automatically be fetched in terms of the communication as well. So this is again another feature that got released in the latest releases in 2025. So this was in terms of reputation. Now we will take you back to the reports, because now we have YOY and YDD charts that you can look through. So let me quickly take you down to reports. Under the report section, you would now be able to see we now have added one more additional reports, which would give you YOY and YTD reports that you can derive. In here, you would be then able to group by as per your requirement, so agents, insurance type, mode, carrier category, and then in here you would have the total policy or the total premium that you're trying to derive, and you would have the YOY report or the year till date report as well. So you can just navigate, and as per your requirement, you would be able to click and look through as well. Additionally, this report you would also find under the dashboard as well. So in here, when you're in dashboard, under AMS dashboard, you would find you get this opportunity to have a quick view on the YOY report and the YTD report as well as a widget setting, right? So in here, you would be able to navigate and select the report, and again rearrange as per your requirement to check the YTD dashboard or YOY dashboard right over here. So this is another feature in terms of reporting that we have gone ahead and added in to the new releases as well. Right. The next thing that I would be talking about again would be under the settings module in mandatory fields. So we have made some edits and modifications under mandatory fields. So let me quickly take you to mandatory fields, and the new additions would be under adding a deal card. So when you're trying to add a deal card, now you would find you have certain options additional for the commercial deal cards that you're trying to add. So now you have the contact, email commercial, contact, phone commercial, business full address, which you can mark as required as per your requirement as well, which was previously missing. Now we have added these options as well. So you can create them as a mandatory field, and whenever you're creating a deal card, it would have to be filled in before they can save a deal card in the system. So this is again another feature in terms of adding validations for your settings module, right? So another mandatory option that you get. The last feature that I would be bringing up to you, and that is the last discussion for the day as well, would be under the texting capability, right? So if you now go back and navigate to the texting option on the top, where you have the text messages, now you can actually edit a scheduled text that you want to send out to your clients, right? What I mean by that is basically, let's say, for example, I want to send out a communication. Let me send it out. I want to connect with you. And when I'm trying to send this, I want to schedule this out and not send it immediately. So I specifically pick up a date and time when I'm trying to send this out, and I simply schedule send. When I do this, you would then find that this does not go out at this point in time. It gets scheduled, right, as per the requirement. But going forward, tomorrow, if I want to add certain things and add into this message, we now have that opportunity to do so. Previously, scheduled messages did not have that capability. Once set, you would not have that opportunity to edit it, but right now you would have that option in this three dot that you get at this moment on the same text. So now this message which I sent right now, which is I want to connect with you, I have a three dot option right beside it. I simply click on it and I have the option to edit it further. So now I can simply go back and type in when are you available, and I update it. The moment I update it, the system again gives me the opportunity to pick a set date and time, or I can simply select the date and time which is already scheduled for, right? So I scheduled it for 15 Jan initially. I can simply use the schedule send option, or I can select a specific other time and date as well. I do not want to change the date, so I simply click on schedule send at this moment, and it again gets scheduled, and the new addition of the message is added to this as well. So this is again another feature that we have gone ahead and added in the texting capability as well. So again, these were a few of the features that I wanted to bring in to discuss as well, so that you're aware what we released in the initial phases, and there are a lot more that are coming up as well. As you know, InsuredMine is always changing, always customizing, and always bringing in new features as per your requirement as well, to streamline your process, to help you navigate in the platform, and to help you with anything that you require. Right. So there would be a few more releases, a lot more as well as we proceed further in this year. To look through where you would find these releases, you can simply come down to the question mark, which is cue ball with a question mark at the bottom left, which is the support option at the bottom. So just below settings, you would find the cue ball with a question mark. If you simply click on it, you can then navigate. So this page would open up on the support page. You can then navigate to KnowledgeBase, and under KnowledgeBase, you would have the opportunity to review the new releases as well. So this again gives you the additional options where you can look through modules, you can look through a quick how-tos, the best practices on the platform. But new releases, you would be able to navigate to release notes, and this would show you what are the recent releases that has happened. So you can see by the end of December, we released few features, and we brought some new features for you to utilize in 2025 as well. So these are a few of the features that I already discussed and mentioned. A few of them are specifically for AMSs. So again, you would have those options there, but you can again navigate and review this. And I think this would be helpful for you as well. Having said that, I will take a leave for the day, and I look forward to another meeting, another day, and webinars as well. Thank you. Have a good rest of the day, everyone. Bye bye.